You're listening to the sound of the 80s with the Old Skool Movements Podcast.
Yes, we're back with another episode again. It's the Old Skool Movements Podcast. I got that right. I had to think about that. How crazy is that? So yes. Yes, with me, Mr. Lucas.
Myself, Chris.
Me, Stacks.
And me, the Last Dragon. And to borrow the words from the Muppet Show, it's the most sensational, celebrational, inspirational. This is what we call old school movements. The boys are back in town and in full effect. You know this, man.
I guess they do now.
Yeah.
I guess they do.
DL, what we got? What we got, man?
So
I miss you, boys.
On today's podcast, you're always missing us. You don't call us, you know. You know we live in a world. It's not the 80s. You can video call us. You can call us. You can email us. You can get hold of us, mate.
I miss Oscar, man. Oscar, can you come out to play?
No, I'm in my trash can.
So DL, what's on the show today?
Yeah. On today's show, we are going, we love doing the verses. I know I keep saying that, I sound like a broken record. You know what records are? Records are vinyl. When's the last time you saw a vinyl, man?
Yeah, I got vinyl for Christmas. I got Kendrick Lamar's Just Pimp a Butterfly album.
What's the catch?
The catch is I ain't got a record player.
Just stick it on the wall. I still buy it on cassette.
Just to look at the credit notes.
I ain't got a cassette player, but if I see cassette albums, I bought a few over the last few years. But
I still got a cassette. I got one in my car.
Whoa!
Oh, I got 8-track in my car. No,
and one of them Delbert Wilkin phones.
Yeah.
You put the 10p's in.
Crucial.
That's a mobile. That's a heavy.
Yeah.
That's a heavy mobile.
Phone box in the car.
A brick phone.
Isn't it? Bloody hell.
I'm feeling a bit hungry. We can talk about some food.
Yeah. So as I say, with this verses, the verses are back. We pit things against each other that we loved in the brilliant decade of the 1980s, and this time around we are going to enter the zone of junk food because junk food was something we first saw on TV, like Happy Days.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Roller skating drive-throughs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Watching Happy Days or
Cunningham.
something American. And and it didn't really come to us so soon. You remember Cafs used to try and give you burgers in like crusty buns? You ever have a burger in a crusty Caf bun?
Yeah. It just didn't go down well, man.
With burnt fried onions.
Yes.
And daddy sauce, not HP. You know sauce that ain't the sauce you want.
I like daddy sauce. I still get that.
No, but that's not. I want Heinz. If I'm eating ketchup, I want
Daddy
Heinz.
sauce,
Daddy sauce, a hard crusty bun, and in the 80s, burgers shriveled. If you had a frozen burger,
Thank you.
it would look like it looked like a Ritz.
Precisely.
Yeah. It started off nice and fat, quarter pounder. You put it under the grill and it disappeared.
And it just turns into a Ritz biscuit.
Turns into a tablet.
Like
a beef tablet.
You could never replicate a burger at home.
No.
Whoever had the burger where you had it in bread and the bread stuck to the burger.
That's the budget. That was the lowest level, wasn't it? The budget is.
Oh, those burgers. They were the worst ones. And you tried to jazz it up by cutting the edges to make some burger look.
And biting around it and all that, and it just made no sense.
But then it just looked like an animal was smuggling underneath the bread, like a little lump in the bread.
You know when Tom and Jerry run under the rug.
It's true.
Yeah. When Jerry's under the
For real.
If you went to someone's barbecue late and they'd run out of buns, that's what you were getting. That's what you were getting, man. The bread right round the burger, like Jerry under the rug.
It'd be the same result.
Yeah,
you knew it was the same result. But you still insisted on doing it.
Result.
Oh.
Yeah, you still because burger joints early in the days weren't around a lot, and as Chris was saying, if you went to a barbecue or something, you'd always have the bun with the sesame seeds on, and then you thought, okay, something's happening here. This I kind of saw these burgers in America, like something should be happening soon, and then And then, like I said, you had your little sunshine cafes here and there and stuff, and kebab shops that sold you a burger and that. But we wanted a restaurant, a place that owned burgers, a place that specialized in burgers and gave you it quick when you wanted it and had a distinctive signature taste. And in the UK, in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen, we had two giants of burgers, two fast food restaurants that had amazing logos, amazing adverts, songs, amazing characters, mascots, songs, everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the versus today. This is McDonald's versus Wimpy.
I knew that was coming. I knew that.
Wow.
These two dominated the high street back in the day, innit? But
yeah.
Even for us, McDonald's, Wimpy's been around longer. They came first for us. They were our version of McDonald's. I didn't know about McDonald's before they turned up, sort of.
Yeah,
thing, really.
exactly.
It was always Wimpy, innit? Wimpy was the one, man. It was named after the character from the Popeye strip show as well. Yeah,
oh, right,
yeah. We'll get to him soon, but with the whole Wimpy thing with McDonald's is as you're saying, Wimpy came around first, and it's like Wimpy was everywhere in the UK.
I think every town had one, didn't they? More or less.
But as you're saying, we didn't need to go anywhere, but we just knew the one in our area. So I don't think I went to any other Wimpy throughout the 80s. I think that was the one. Every other town had one, but during the 80s, I didn't go to any other one than the one in my area. And then when it deceased, I mean deceased. That's a bit strong, isn't it? When it closed down. Wow. When it closed down, when they all closed down, it was like Jedi Knights. Like you would
go on the hunt for them.
They weren't around them, but you know. Yeah, you go on the hunt for them. You felt like you was a Sith. You was looking for these places. Devour whatever you saw. As soon as you saw them on site, you would go in there. I would anyway.
You'd stumble across one and think, while I'm here, I've got to go in there. Like
you stumble across
for nostalgia, innit?
You stumble and be excited that you found one. Yeah, for nostalgia, you would go in there. So that's what we're going to run through now. We're going to run through all their burgers and their delights in each store. I mean, in their stores, and pit them against each other. So yeah, let's do this, man. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is McDonald's versus Wimpy. So our American listeners might not be familiar with Wimpy, but they did start in America. They're an American company, right? And they came over here.
They did start in America around the 30s. Yeah, the American company started in Bloomington in 1932, but it took that 20 odd years for it to come over here. But I've never seen it. Like you see McDonald's in a lot of American things. You never see it.
You never see Wimpy.
No, you don't.
The character of Wimpy, he's based on one of them dudes who look after the Tower of London. So why would that? Unless that was
beef eaters.
Yeah, which I love that play on words. A beef eater because he eats beef. Like but that wouldn't work in America, would it? So
That's true.
You know, were they that successful?
Unless they adapted it. Unless they adapted it just for over here.
I'm thinking they weren't that successful. I know England was the most successful country they went to.
Because Wimpy. When I think of Wimpy, I just think of the UK and like US listeners. You've probably got a grandparent who knows what Wimpy is, but I don't think. A bit like Shakin' Stevens. I don't think you know Wimpy either.
The global icon.
Do you remember Wimpy had a game as well? He was an icon because I don't remember a McDonald's game, but I remember on the Commodore, the Sinclair, there was a Wimpy game.
What?
It was called the hamburger game, and it had him on the front cover. It was made by Ocean Games.
I do remember that.
Ocean
I do remember that.
made a game called Wimpy. A Wimpy game. Wow. Nah.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
I do remember that. I do remember that. But all right, let's go through our first we're gonna go through 10. We're gonna go through 10 different things about each store and pit them against each other and see who comes up on top. Like see what was the best and what got the most votes on each side. So we're gonna go first off. So first experience in Wimpy and probably the same first experience in McDonald's when I was young. You know, you're a kid, so you're either going to have one of these two burgers, but which one was better? In which store was it better? Did you prefer the cheeseburgers and hamburgers in McDonald's or the cheeseburgers and hamburgers in Wimpy? Simple as that.
There is a bit,
because there is a lot of differences.
There is a lot of difference. They don't taste the same.
Wimpy has a sesame seed bun, and McDonald's didn't have sesame seed. McDonald's had mustard in their burgers, and Wimpy just had ketchup.
They didn't have gherkin.
Wimpy had, and didn't have gherkin
they were more
either.
lettuce and a tomato sort of thing, wouldn't they, rather than gherkin and onions.
What were you looking for in a burger at that age? Did you want mustard and gherkin, or did you just want onions?
For me,
and
I was
ketchup?
used to the Wimpy burger. Even like you say, when we went to like fairs or cafes, it was that sort of burger you were getting. The sesame seed bun, the burger not okay, but not 100% beef. So when Wimpy come along, you know what they weren't though, innit? They were always a bit mixed with, mixed with whatever. You know, Wimpy were like the Tony Montana of the burger lot, man. They used to cut their burgers, man.
Not 100%
No, they used to cut their burgers. They were like the Tony Montana of burger shops, man. Whereas when McDonald's come along, I noticed, it was 100% beef, and I liked the way, like the soft bun of the McDonald's one. It was kind of like a bit sweaty in the bag. I kind of like that, and I like the gherkin. It was all of that.
Sweaty in the bag,
It added.
It was sweaty.
Added
it was
to it, man. I like the mix of the tomato, the mustard, the onion, and the gherkin. I thought, well, this tastes good. So, for years grew up with Wimpy and loved them. But soon as I tasted a McDonald's hot hamburger,
it did kind of take over, didn't it?
Yeah, it took over.
It did.
It kind of just...
So was that the first time all you guys tried a gherkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Maybe chip shop. So we used to get.
Everyone was bougie. With the gherkin. Everyone took the gherkin out. I just clapped it the same way.
Get rid of that shit, man.
I clapped the gherkin same way.
Oh, gherkins were good. Gherkins were good,
man.
Yeah, it's got to go, man.
That sweet vinegary taste in the burger made it taste wicked.
Oh, I loved that. You know what used to irritate me? When people used to go and say, "Can I have a cheeseburger with no ketchup, no onions, no gherkins, and no cheese?" What?
Now that's a bougieism.
Get a plain hamburger.
That's just
I used to see that regularly. Like, what are you doing to the staff in this store, man?
Eaters, man?
Yeah. So McDonald's or Wimpy burgers, man.
I have to give it to Matt D.
You're gonna have to give it to Matt D.
They blew everyone out of the water.
Yeah, cheeseburgers were the ones.
Yeah. Give it to Matt.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Matt D's, man.
Okay.
It tasted more American. It was that American. That's how I imagined, the American Mac D's to taste compared to our.
You had a bite of America
compared to our British Wimpy burger. Yeah.
But I did like the Wimpy burger. I did like it.
It's all we knew.
Yeah, McDonald's. The cheeseburger.
So we got price comparison.
I've got two price lists that are sort of close. They're within a few years of each other.
What was the Wimpy cheeseburger's price?
21p.
21p. Hold on,
21p. This is around mid 80s, early 80s, mid 80s.
What?
21p.
And 48p or 42p takeaway for a McDonald's.
What?
Yeah, you remember they used to charge you more to sit in.
Yeah, 48p if you want to eat in, 42p if you want to take away. Do you remember them takeaway prices, man?
Yeah, and then you say, take it away, and then go sit down anyway.
Go sit down anyway.
I still do that.
21. This must be 1980
I think it's
January
83
1st.
and 85. These are from. They're within a couple of years.
42 pence.
Wimpy was cheap. Wimpy
I can't
was
remember
cheap,
paying
man,
them prices.
I can't remember either, but you could have got the big bender for 16.5p.
Wow.
They were expensive to spend in them days on fast food because no one really had. You were still told to go home and have your dinner, and you didn't have time for fast food. Life weren't fast enough.
It was a luxury. It was a luxury. Like,
of course, it was.
Burger shops were mostly for yuppies. You'd always see yuppies in there. That was big spending. Like with their Filofaxes and suits, eating a burger. Like, do you know what I mean? It was like, I've got big boy money here, and this is this burger next that we're going to talk about is that burger next to this one. But this is the one. Like, this is the burger that it was like the middle brother. You got the cheeseburger, something bigger than that, but in the middle you had this one, and it's everyone's favorite. Stacks used to love to. Remember me and Stacks used to go out on late nights. Stacks used to get one of these nuggets, fries, and a Coke. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want this from Wimpy or do you want this from McDonald's? It is the quarter pounder.
Ooh,
this one's a hard one.
Oh, we.
The Wimpy ones got salad and
Come in brown bread.
tomatoes,
salad. Yeah, tomato.
No,
No, I didn't have tomatoes.
Nah,
that was the other one.
no tomato. It didn't have
It had
tomatoes.
lettuce.
It didn't have
Cheese.
tomatoes. Yeah. Had lettuce.
Yeah.
Had that burger sauce.
Yeah, it had a
Well,
different sort of burger
cheese,
sauce, didn't they, Wimpy? They had their
brown
own.
bread.
Yeah, I
Well, we
forgot
all
about
know
that.
where
Yeah.
DL's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You know where I'm going with
Was
this
the-
one.
The only thing that let this down was the taste of the patty.
Yeah.
Because again, a quarter pounder patty is McDonald's most tasty and still to this day it's the best
Nah, not
flavored
for
patty
me.
they got, the quarter pounder.
Not for me, man. It's Wimpy all the way for me, man. The brown
Mate,
bread
that-
was different.
That taste was amazing, and even though McDonald's was about, you'd still go and get a Wimpy quarter pounder. There was a few things. You'd still go and get, and because I was close to school, it was easier to get to as well.
Wow.
The quarter pounder was for me was the
Wimpy
best
done, man. I need
burger
to try one
because it
now.
was like
These days.
it weren't sesame seeds. It weren't the McDonald's. It was his own thing. It was
And it was like Hovis had made it.
It was a Hovis burger, and like who would have thought of that? Like this burger's gone.
DL is
It's gone solo.
He's gone.
No one's followed it since.
No one's followed it. I've never seen
No
it.
one's followed it since. No one's done brown. No, it's no, it's a massive taste. It's a
Don't
massive.
get me wrong, I like
Mate,
brown bread.
it's a Wimpy
In a
I've never
quarter
had
pounder, it used to
brown
taste
bread
amazing.
burger. It was just the Mandalorian of burgers. It was solo. It was its
Wow.
own thing. No one else could copy it. It was just, mate, quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah,
Wimpy,
I'm gonna have
that's
to try
for me.
one of them, man.
But I do like a McDonald's quarter pounder. And you remember in the 80s up until the 90s, you had to be specific to
cheese,
say
yeah.
with
Yeah.
cheese or
Comes
without.
with, but I
Now,
don't like it with.
quarter pounder, you're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
you're getting it with cheese. You had the option, and
Yeah,
people
I like it
took that
without.
A
option.
quarter pounder was a heavyweight back in the
Yeah.
day.
Quarter pounder, no
It
cheese.
was-
yeah.
Still
You
a
may
snack.
have mentioned this burger. I'm assuming you will mention the burger, the burger from Mac's. But
Yeah.
this, when you mention the quarter pounder, you're like, whoa, this is
That's
a heavyweight.
tasty.
This is
Yeah,
a
that's
juggernaut.
tasty,
It
man.
was lovely.
It is a
It
heavyweight.
was
It
lovely.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Both of them
it
were
is
nice.
like the like, and it was a different taste because it's kind of like it should be just a step up from a
Yeah,
cheeseburger.
it should taste, but it doesn't taste the same.
But it was more than
levels.
that.
It was on levels, man. Yeah.
It was more.
Yeah.
It was.
Next
It
taste.
was like the
Yes.
onion ratio,
Everything, yeah.
the ratio of the ketchup, the ratio of everything. It was never a
No,
burger
you're
that was
right, you
sloppy.
know.
It was never
Always-
everything
yeah,
would come
Always
out
look
and
good.
And that's,
It was
in
intact.
burgers, that's
Intact.
important
Yeah.
to me, you know.
Yeah, same here. It needs to look like the image. It needs to look like that
Yeah.
image of
Yes.
what
Yeah.
you're thinking of. If it's got lettuce hanging out and cheese hanging out wrong, like nah, man, I can't. Not feeling that.
Yeah, but I always
Yeah.
found with both of them, you had to be flush.
Yeah,
I
expensive burger, man.
you did.
I had to be,
You did.
my maths had to be on point.
it did, but you weren't getting no sweets after.
Yeah, or you ain't getting home.
85p for a quarter pounder, man.
Yeah, a quarter pounder.
Both of them were,
It's just
you had
another
to be
world,
flush,
man.
man.
You did. So what you guys say,
Ooh,
McDonald's or
this is a tough
Wimpy?
one.
This is a hard one, man.
I'm gonna have to go McDonald's, you know.
I'm going Matt D's for
There's
this one.
like
That's two for McD's.
like D said, every time we ran out.
Same for me,
Yeah,
man. I was
exactly.
always a
Always
quarter
get-
pounder, no cheese. It's still to this day. If I don't
Oh,
get
so
the
you,
big one,
it was you then,
I
Chris?
still get the quarter pounder.
quarter
no
pounder,
cheese.
Chris is
no
that
cheese,
guy.
no onions, no
Yeah,
ketchup.
no, I like everything in
No
it.
bun.
I just don't like that. The cheese ain't real. Like most of them
Yeah,
burger places, I never
It's
get the
true.
cheese because it tastes like plastic. So I always get,
It
and I
is
like to
plastic.
taste the beef. So I always get plain burgers. But that's one of my favourites still now.
Chris had the white box with the brown
Yeah.
M on it. That was the
Yeah.
quarter pounder. Remember, but with
Yeah.
cheese,
Yeah, or
it
yellow or
was like
something.
orange
Yeah,
box
yellow and brown
with
or
the
something.
red
Yeah,
M. on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that polystyrene box, isn't
The
it?
polystyrene.
Yeah.
So me and Chris say Wimpy. You guys are saying McDonald's for a quarter pounder.
So it's a draw, and I'm happy with a draw because I love in both of them too.
But we have to find out what the
Yeah,
listeners
yeah.
think.
But there's something about
different,
that
man.
brown
Yeah.
bread burger, the
You
BBB.
felt healthy eating it.
Loved
Brown
it,
bread,
loved
man.
it,
Can't go
loved it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Back in the days as a kid.
Yeah, I just and remember,
did
I
that,
used to love brown bread
Yeah,
sandwiches. So
perfect,
this was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
What got you into brown
with
bread?
lettuce as well.
Like eating it those days?
Health.
No, I'm not having that. As a kid.
Yes. I used to eat wheat crackers. You know, they get brown bread crackers.
What do you mean health?
Remember, used to get wheat. Health.
As a kid,
I wanted to be healthy. I used to eat salad.
Yes. Roughage.
God.
You wanted to keep up on that roughage.
I used to watch a lot of kung fu movies, you know, when I was a kid.
Oh, was it rice?
And they didn't eat junk in kung fu movies.
Soups. When a kid, they give me the shit.
Rice, vegetables. Come on, man. They ate some good stuff.
this healthy business.
Yeah.
Nah. As a kid.
As a kid. I loved healthy food. Didn't you look like healthy food? Didn't you look like
No.
we
Well,
we were
like
kids.
broccoli and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ate veg, I ate fruit.
you like
I didn't really
mashed
like-
potato,
No.
peas?
No.
Nah, I don't like peas.
Wasn't
I
Sunday
didn't like
dinner?
much vegetable.
Wasn't Sunday dinner your best dinner of the week?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Well, then what are you talking about then?
It
Yeah,
was.
we didn't have peas. I'd put the peas to the side.
That's what I'm saying. That would do.
I put the veg to the side, but
Yeah.
I did like salad.
But you
I
was
did
eating
like
salad, you was eating rice,
Macaroni,
you was eating
cheese,
macaroni.
Yeah,
rice and
yeah, but,
peas.
like,
You know,
So,
we that's
you
what
were
we
eating-
do. None of this brown bread malarkey.
Come on,
And
man.
wheat
Brown-
crackers.
Wheat crackers.
What?
Wheat crackers were big, and wheat crackers. They had like. Do you remember when they had like Ritz? You know, like the smallest ever grains of salt on them,
yeah.
and only your
Yeah, yeah.
tongue could detect they were there. You couldn't see them, you couldn't touch them, but when you tasted them, you went, "Wow, there's enough salt on it,
Yeah, they're good.
mate."
They're
Them
good.
biscuits were big. Okay, so to our next burger, I said we had the cheeseburger, hamburger, we had the quarter pounder, and now we've got the big brother of those two burgers, the big brother. This is the burger where it was like a level, like you're playing one of those games and you go up the stairs
yeah,
and
you
fight the big
leveled up.
bosses. This was where your parents said, "Are you sure you can eat this?"
Yeah, you're not
This
ready
is
for
where
this,
you.
son.
This is
You know?
like the equivalent to when you first had a beer and you said, "I'm a man now because I can eat one of these with fries and a drink."
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, from McDonald's we have the Big Mac, and from Wimpy we have the king size. Which burger's better? 2 patties
Wow.
now. You're dealing with 2 patties.
King
You're
size
dealing
is
with
free,
3 buns. What are you gonna do? And now they have both got sesame seeds. What are you gonna do?
These are similar. I think, God, it was the king size, man. Again, I'm sure that was 3 patties. Sure that was 3 patties in that one, man. It was big. It was big,
It was
man.
big. It was big.
Whereas a Big Mac, you can
Yeah.
deal with that.
You could, for me, it was like when we said the ice cream podcast and we talked about the cornetto versus the king cone.
Yeah,
The king cone was the big king.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where,
Mummified strawberry.
yeah,
Just to refresh your brain.
where
Refresh memory.
where the Big Mac was more, it entertained you more.
Oh, I forgot about the
The ever
mummified-
living, the ever living
I just
strawberry,
thought I'd
man.
bring that back up.
Tutankhamun shit.
Isn't it? Berry
No.
Ma.
You know, Leroy knows every word of every
Podcast.
Super
podcast.
fan, man. It's good.
I'm an avid fan, man.
So by the look on Leroy and Stax's face, you wasn't fans of the king size.
I never had a king size.
That's what I meant. I was being polite.
No, I've had a king size.
I know, but I know Stax didn't. I didn't want to leave him out,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
put you
yeah,
both in
because,
the pot.
like, for me, Wimpy was like, we never really went Wimpy much at all. I probably went once or twice.
So Stax, you didn't have a king size, did you?
No, I've never had a king size, you know, because like I never really went Wimpy that often. I think I've been a couple of times. But then-
Newsflash. Newsflash.
Newsflash.
Woo!
But then McDonald's came
surprise.
along. No, actually, do you know what? Actually,
Mm.
for real,
Mm.
we used to go KFC more than anything.
Okay.
That's a
And
trick.
The whole burger thing, yeah. But like my mum used to drive, so we drive.
Ah,
Okay.
If it wasn't
That was
there,
a
then we
walk
just
for
go
us.
fish and chips on a Friday. You know what I mean? But then when
Okay.
McDonald's came along,
Mm.
that just changed everything because that's probably my first real
Yeah.
like, burger.
Big Macs and
'Cause,
yeah.
like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
a bit older by then. I'm like 7.
Yeah.
whatever.
So what?
When
So
I-
when you first went to McDonald's, the first burger you tried was a Big Mac.
No, it was a
Jump the queue.
There is no way.
No way you
No.
jumped. No way you
No,
did
no,
the triple
no,
jump.
no, no,
You had to
no,
build
I-
up to
no,
that.
You had to
no.
do
Oh,
long
yeah,
jump,
yeah, of
long
course.
jump first. You couldn't do triple jump straight away.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
That took a couple of
I
years.
started with the
training, man.
hamburger, with the cheeseburger. That's
Yeah.
all good. I started with that and leveled
Okay,
up.
okay.
Should we just skip the whole like? Look, I've never had. I've never had whatever the
size
fucking burgers called it.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So, okay. In that case, Stacks, Leroy, what is your... Leroy, I can't even look at you like that. I'm gonna take my glasses off. So you lot are blurry. Leroy.
Mr. Magoo Vision.
Oh my god! Oh, my belly's hurting.
Oh.
Anyway, what do you think of the king size compared to the Big Mac?
Yeah, well, I've tried both of them.
Yeah.
But my bias is going to be towards the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Just simply because I've had it more.
Mm.
When I was...
There must have been a reason for that. You must have liked it more to have it more, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I think when I was more... when I was late, I'd say early teens is when I really, started to really, get in more. I don't think I could have handled the Big Mac 6, 7, 8 years of age.
So you started Big Macs in secondary school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say yeah. Let's say it's more secondary school.
Okay. For me, it's the Big Mac. The king size had tomatoes in it, and I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah, it was more fresher with all the salad. And it was like everything fell out of it, which I didn't like too much. It fell apart. It was hard to eat. Whereas a Big Mac was easier to eat, and it was tasty, man. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's an iconic burger as well.
Yeah.
It's lasted the test of time.
By the time I got to eating a Big Mac, there wasn't even a Wimpy around.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. By the time I got to eating a Big Mac, there wasn't Wimpy. It was McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah. Here comes a new challenger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Whopper now is like Whopper versus the Big Mac.
The Whopper versus the Big Mac.
The king size is similar to a Whopper.
It was
similar.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's throw it in as a new challenger because a double
gotta
Whopper
throw
was
this in.
too much. Yeah, we got to throw it in.
I love a double Whopper, man.
We got to throw it in with this crowd.
Yeah.
So Big Mac versus Whopper versus king size.
That's a hard one.
That's hard.
That's a tough one.
Hard.
There is days when I really.
I know where I'm going though.
A double Whopper, just because of the taste.
I know what I'd go for.
I'm eliminating the king size from this, and I'm
it's out of the two.
Whopper versus.
I know which one I'm going for though.
I think I know what I'm going to go for. I know what I'm going for.
I'm going for a Whopper.
Same.
Yeah.
They're more filling, more burger tasting.
It was a bigger patty. It was a bigger bun.
Onions.
Yeah, it was.
They have proper onion rings in them.
Yeah, the Whopper was the one, man. And if you had the double Whopper with cheese, my days.
It was
good
a
night.
good one.
It was a struggle to eat sometimes, man.
Big what?
Yeah, innit? Big who?
Big who? Get out of here.
So are we all on Whoppers then?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Whoppers for flavour.
Whoppers.
And Big Mac second.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got through all of our burgers, our beef. The beef is done. We're done with the beef for now. No more beefing. Yeah. But if you didn't want to eat beef, you had to go for other options. You could eat a bit of a lighter meat, and both of these stores offered the fish variety.
Oh.
So are you going to McDonald's and having a fillet of fish, a fillet, as they say in the States, or are you having a good old-fashioned boxed fish and chips from Wimpy?
Oh, they done fish and chips, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did a box of fish and chips.
That was one of my favourite things. I don't like fish and chips, but did you realise, going back to the fillet of fish, when it come out, first of all, it wasn't called a fillet of fish.
What was it called?
The Mac Mariner.
Okay.
That sounds like you're gonna eat Bobby from Dallas or something, or you're gonna eat Aquaman. I don't like that sound.
The
noise.
McMariner.
The McMariner, yeah, and they changed it about a year after it got launched. They changed it to the fillet of fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
The McMariner, man. But no,
Is it still called that anywhere in the world?
I've only see it here. I don't know where.
No, I mean the McMariner.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon it could be. You know, I reckon
it could be. I can imagine that being somewhere.
And it's called that still. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't remember the last time I ate a fillet of fish, man.
What would you have? A fillet of fish, or a fish and chips?
I'll go Wimpy fish and chips, but it had to be takeaway because then you get it in the box. Otherwise, they'd put it on a plate and you sat there and ate it on the table. But in the box, I don't know. There was something about it. I loved it.
And they gave you a sachet of vinegar, didn't they?
So you get everything with it. You needed the knife, the fork, the vinegar. Everything was there. I like that little fish and chip.
Salt. You got a salt sachet, a pepper sachet, vinegar sachet, ketchup sachet, knife and fork, tissue.
Everything, all in a box. You could eat it while you were walking along. It was perfect.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't even like fish, but I used to buy them often. They were good.
I tried those, but for me, underwhelmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed with it. For me, if I'm to go back in the day, because this was this rivaled the Quarter Pounder and the Big Mac. For me, back in the day, the fillet of fish was my favorite burger. If I'm to, I think it was top tier. Yeah. For me.
A fillet of fish, when you're going, as a kid, I don't know for you guys, but as a kid, when you're going to a burger shop, you're not looking for a fish burger.
No.
It feels the...
No.
I know we went through a little phase of getting them often. But
how did you guys fall onto the fillet of fish?
You're gonna
how could you go into McDonald's and not go, do you know what, today I don't want a Big Mac, I don't want a cheeseburger, I want a fish burger.
Fish burger, innit?
You're gonna laugh. I've never had a fillet of fish.
Oh my goodness.
Have you not tried the whole of McDonald's menu?
Because
in the words of Still a Black, surprise.
Like you just said, why am I going into a burger place and not buying a burger?
Why you're not getting steaks and beefs?
Yeah, but
fish.
Come on, Stacks.
They were popular though. They were popular.
We as kids went to McDonald's several times, so we're gonna try different styles, different styles of burgers. Yeah. So when you look up, and you see the picture of a fillet of fish, you think,
and I see the picture of fillet of fish, and I go, if I spend my money on that and I don't like it, I now have no money and I'm hungry.
That's true.
So
That's true. Because
I'll have a cheeseburger.
I do agree with what Stacks is saying, because remember, money was scarce, and if you didn't like the burger, that's your dinner.
You're done.
It is a risk you're taking.
I ain't taking risks.
I can't take that risk now with it.
So your opinion on that, please.
Say it again. Sorry.
Jesse Jeff out the house. So, Oscar.
No. I have to agree with Stacks. Yeah.
But hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going back to Oscar. Oscar TG.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you see a fillet of fish, like we all did. We all looked at burgers, and you're going to say, you know what?
It doesn't appeal.
I'm not going to waste my money when probably it was your parents or an adult that would say, "What do you want to eat, Oscar?"
Yeah, I wouldn't take the risk.
You wouldn't take the risk.
I don't even like the
look
makes
of it.
I don't even like the look of it, mate.
It makes sense.
Oh my days!
Remember, that was your dinner. That wasn't
it was a treat.
No,
you're going hungry.
It's your dinner. Say the treat. You're going to McDonald's. That's your dinner.
When you're pulling the trolley and your parents goes, "Yeah, would you like some McDonald's?" And you go, "Yes." What burger will I have?
You're not going to say a fillet of fish.
Would I have a hamburger, a cheeseburger?
But you're not having McDonald's and then going home and having dinner.
Exactly. That's your dinner. Yeah, you're taking that home to eat. Yeah, everybody's got their Big Macs, Quarter Pounders, and you've got a fillet of fish.
Nah,
oh my days! What am I hearing here?
I do remember buying them like a few times.
The water's different over your side.
I used to like them a bit, but I remember because we used to hang around McD's and that quite a bit. They used to give them away at the end of the night, and it'd always be fillet of fishes that'd be left. So I think it was that sort of way.
There's a reason for that.
There was a reason, yeah. You'd get some
That's
apple
right.
pies. You'd get a few fillet of fishes.
That's right.
You just have to make sure you're hanging around at 11 o'clock when it's shut.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these three, their hemisphere, wherever they were, school dinners.
Yeah, right.
You just ate
I don't
everything.
know what's going on there. And McDonald's, their taste.
No,
I don't know what's going on over there.
No.
I don't know what's going over there.
You're not going to a burger shop. You're not going to a steakhouse and getting a sea bass.
Get a lobster.
Yeah.
You're buying steak.
Well, that's different.
No, it's
We're
not.
talking about,
It's not different.
burgers.
It's not different.
We're talking
It's
about
not different. It's the same
under the
analogy.
golden arches.
It's the
All
same
right,
analogy.
anyway,
You go
let
for
me-
hamburgers.
Let me ask one question.
The shop says hamburgers at the gates.
What are McDonald's
Hamburgers.
famous for? What are they famous for? What are they
Different
famous
type
for?
of burgers.
No, they're not. They're
Not
famous for
fish on.
hamburgers.
What are they famous for?
They're
It's-
famous
it's-
for
They're famous
different
for
type of
one
hamburgers.
product. They're
And
famous
I
for one
suppose,
product.
what do you mean one product?
They're famous for beef burgers. That's what they're
They're
famous for.
for beef burgers.
Listen, they're famous for putting buns and
No.
something in there,
No, they're
in
not.
between them.
No.
Back in the day, they weren't flying off the shelves. Back in the
Fillet
day,
of fish were not flying off the shelves.
no,
There
I'm
wasn't.
talking-
Only
I'm
for
talking
the-
about
only for
when-
the-
all right,
Days.
For the non-meat eaters.
when you talk
What am
about
I hearing
McDonald's,
here?
no, listen. When you talk about McDonald's as a company, the way they grew, they didn't grow by selling fillet of fish.
Exactly. They made enough money now, and then they said, let's have a fish option. They wouldn't have survived just selling fish
They
burgers.
wouldn't have.
Why McDonald's grew is because they sold different burgers
Variety.
and other products
No,
that you're gonna mention
no.
later
Fillet-
on in the show.
Fillet of fish doesn't even need to be in McDonald's, and
No,
people will
that's
still be
good.
going there.
Exactly.
It would have made the same amount of money it's been making without fillet of fish.
Yeah.
Fillet of fish is one of the top tier burgers.
No, it's not. For
It's
you.
it's up
Yeah,
there.
for you. For
It is
you.
up there.
For you.
What are you not talking about? I don't get it.
For you.
not
I
up there.
don't get it.
It's not up. Yeah,
I
you don't get it.
I
and
don't
that's
get it.
fine. That's
No,
fine.
no, I'm
You're
not having it.
outnumbered.
No.
You are outnumbered.
But you, Oscar, definitely you can't say it because you ain't tried nothing.
That's a,
Let's move on from the fish, man. If you didn't like fish, there were two other options. There were a couple of other options we could have.
Exactly.
All right. So
And
what we're
that's
saying.
what
So,
McDonald's are known for.
okay. So Stacks hasn't tried either fish and chips.
So
or
he
fillet of
can't
fish.
comment.
I'm going
Go
fish
back
and
in the
chips
trash
the box. Fish and
I'm
chips
going
in the
fillet
box.
of fish, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know Leroy is going for the fillet of fish too.
Fillet of fish one.
Of course, and Oscar can't say nothing.
that's
Go
all
back
good.
in your trash
Listen,
can.
you could go for whatever you like.
Let's next burger, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had the fillet of fish versus the fish and chips, but later on,
Controversial.
both of these stores had another burger that they went up a level as well. Surprisingly, Wimpy, you know, as we said earlier, they had a healthy brown bread burger, but they stepped it up another level and
Early
went
on.
super healthy.
Before
Early
anyone-
on, before
yeah.
anybody,
I
this
waited
burger
for
was around
And it was
before
tasty.
anyone thought of being healthy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Wimpy's. I didn't like it. I took a bite in it and
didn't like
hated it, but it was the bean burger. So now,
Burger.
bean burger for vegans and vegetarians. This was the burger in the 80s for you to have in Burger King. But up against that, McDonald's was still keeping it real, and they still were including meat. So they've had the beef, they had the fish, and now they wanted some chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the bean burger versus the McChicken sandwich.
Come on in, Leroy. What you gotta say?
Why, thank you. Thank you. We
Um,
have beef,
Variety
we
of
have
burgers
fish, and now we have chicken.
and bean.
Okay, but it comes in a succession, as in beef first.
Yeah.
My
So,
goodness.
what are you guys saying? Stacks, I know you haven't tried the bean burger. So,
No, I haven't.
Bean burger was good. Bean burger weren't bad, man.
I try it now though.
Have you tried
Yeah.
the chicken burger?
of course he has.
Everyone's tried the McChicken sandwich.
Stacks, are you? Stacks,
Everyone can
Stacks.
remember where they were when the McChicken
Stacks,
sandwich
Stacks.
came
I'm
out.
sorry. If you haven't had chicken sandwich, Stacks, just log off.
You know what? I'm trying to
Oh,
think. You know why? I'll tell you why I'm trying to think. Because
How could you be trying to
Think.
think? You've had it or
back in the
not?
da-
Don't think, feel.
yeah, innit?
Let him land.
Because back in the day, I'm looking at KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken for my chicken. I'm not looking at McDonald's
Didn't
for
matter.
my chicken.
Leroy, have you tried the bean burger?
I haven't, you know,
See, I like
I
that
haven't.
too.
Okay.
but I've got a vouch for the chicken burger.
All right.
When it first came out, yeah,
Yeah,
I've got to say,
All right, okay. So since you haven't tried the bean burger, it'll just be me and Chris. But Stacks, doesn't matter. We'll bring back Burger King in. Here comes a new challenger. Burger King's off the bench, and we're gonna put the McChicken sandwich versus the chicken royale.
Oh no!
I don't think I've had that.
Everybody out the pool. Everybody out the pool.
Royale was big.
No.
Yeah,
Is
chicken
it that
royale
good?
smashed
Good night.
it. It smashed.
Good night.
Went it in like a long,
Right.
a long.
Yeah, sub.
Yeah,
It's like a
I've
sub.
never, I've never had that.
Hey, listen,
It's a good burger.
it's
It's a good burger.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Chicken royale all day long.
Yeah,
Chicken
win.
royale. I used to have
Hands
chicken
down.
royale with cheese and bacon.
Bacon. Listen,
Oh my
With chicken?
god.
mate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Hey, listen. Next
Chicken
level.
royale with
Next
cheese
level.
and bacon were.
Yeah, you need to try it, Chris.
So, like, I'm not really looking at McDonald's for a chicken.
You said KFC. Now Burger King's the one.
Exactly.
I thought we didn't go
I
anywhere
said
else apart from
I'm not
KFC. You
We're
were
in the
violent with
night-
those words.
We're in the
But now you got
90s
Burger
now.
King.
We're in the 90s now.
Okay.
Remember, we're in the
Okay.
90s now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, you know what I mean?
Out of the bean burger and the McChicken sandwich, we're going McChicken sandwich.
The
though,
bean
out
burger.
of them two.
Yeah, the bean burger's not even in the game.
I think
It's
it
not
weren't
even-
bad.
What?
I had a
The
few.
bean who?
I felt bad again going into Wimpy and getting a bean burger when you've got king size and a brown bread quarter pounder. Why would you
Yeah.
get the bean burger? But
The bean burger again was because in the 80s. Do you remember when, especially in Wimpy, you'd go in there and some burgers could be sold out, and they could say to you, "There's only bean burgers
get
left."
bean
that
burger
could
left,
be it.
yeah.
You know? Yeah, it could be.
That's
it.
what
Like
could
that,
happen
yeah.
back in the 80s,
Right.
and that's how the bean burgers got purchased.
We had to queue up for 'em.
Like the filet of fish.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
They've always got plenty of them. They got plenty of them. You had to wait because they ain't got none ready with a fillet of fish. You had to wait ages.
Fellah's in the Burger Hall of Fame, man, and you're
You know-
putting disrespect, kicking
Fillet of
mud
fish.
You know what? I'll show you where the
Right.
filet of fish should go. You know where the filet of fish should go, Leroy?
with cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
In there. Right
In the
behind
trash
you.
can.
In the trash can.
All right. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Okay, so we've had our burgers. Whose fries are better? Burger King's,
Ooh.
McDonald's, or Wimpy's? Who had better fries?
I'm gonna have to go Burger King. Burger King
McD's.
fries are crispy.
McDonald's, McDonald's. Man.
Burger King's fries have been up and down.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
they're back to normal now.
They're back to normal now and they got the skins on now, aren't they? They're like Five Guys fries. But about 10 years ago, they were adding chemicals to keep them hot. Like some new
Yeah, they were
technology.
horrible.
It's like, nah, I'm not eating them, man. And since then, I don't really eat them too much. I like the burgers, but not the chip. You can't, first time again, eating a McDonald's French fry, amazing, man. It was like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I mean, McDonald's fries are really good.
It's a
Dipped in
taste
mayo.
you can't replicate at home. You could try all you
No.
want. You could
No.
paint them yellow and
can't
put
make
extra
that.
salt on them,
You can't
and they're
make
not
that.
gonna be
No.
McDonald's.
Nah.
No.
They like you could eat just the fries. You know, in the red box. You know, we had the red
Yeah.
box. You felt like a big boy. And when you're
Yeah.
little, you had
Yeah.
the red box,
You didn't have the
not
paper
the white
packet.
paper bag
Yeah, you had
with the
paper
brown
bag.
M's. When you had the red box,
That's all
Yeah.
it was, just the two.
you were top.
Yeah.
And Chris, you know, dipping them in your milkshakes. You know,
Lovely.
Oh,
Understand.
Mustard, they had
No.
mustard, they had lots of dips. Now the
mate, that's the fries. So we've eaten our burgers, our chicken, our fish, and our beef burgers. We've had some fries,
Yeah, toss that one in. I haven't forgotten.
but now we want a dessert. We want a dessert. So who had the best dessert in there, man? It's like
Oh.
McDonald's had options. McDonald's had options that I used to love, and Wimpy was more like I was in a cafe with
yeah,
extravagant glasses and
yeah,
like a Del Boys dessert.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stacks, have you not had apple pie, Stacks?
No, he
Stacks
hasn't.
don't.
I can answer that.
Stacks.
No. What the?
No.
Stacks only went to the baker's oven for. Stacks only went baker's oven.
I don't like
and
apple
Greg's.
pie. I don't like apple pie. I
If
don't
I'm
like
going
apple
for
crumble.
pies, I'm going to Greg's.
I've never liked apple pie. I've never liked apple
Wow.
pie. I've never liked apple crumble. I don't like rhubarb.
Cherry
crumble.
pie.
Whoa.
What?
Don't like cherry pie. No,
Oh, this guy.
All the goodness.
no, I don't like hot fruit in
Oh.
pies.
God.
It's not my thing.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm just being honest with you, like innit?
Right, listeners. What should we do with this trash can guy? What should we do with him? He's never tried it. He doesn't like
I
it.
don't like apple pie. I don't like. I have tried it. I don't
Wow.
like it. I don't like apple
Wow.
pie.
Wow. Wow.
I used to get them at school. They used to sell them in the canteen
Wow.
at school, and they were almost as good. Not as good, but
Nah.
they were a daily thing. That pastry, that
I had it
filling,
in primary school and I didn't like it.
they were good.
But it's not the same as McDonald's. Nah.
Yeah, but if I already don't like it, I ain't gonna try McDonald's one, am I?
No, there was a different. Seriously, it was seasoned. The apple was seasoned in McDonald's. There was a season. There was a cinnamon. Nutmeg, cinnamon going on in these apple pie stacks.
Perfect combo, man.
Seriously, they were like skunk weed in the 90s.
You could eat one after the other. They
were amazing, man. Apple pies were amazing.
They are amazing.
Yeah. And for you to say you've never tried them, you don't like them because you've never tried them.
But I don't like apple pies.
Oh, man.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we love this show. This is why the show's unscripted. We didn't half of these things we don't know Stacks doesn't get into, doesn't do.
Half.
and he surprises us as much as he surprises you.
Listen, this is not no still a black surprise with Oscar.
No, but
apple pie's done that one.
But Stacks properly goes by the rules. He's in a burger shop, so all he's gonna eat is burgers. He won't do anything else.
But he's going to be no good in the next question.
But let me just say, guys, Stacks doesn't like fish and chips as well.
Yeah, I don't. Unless they're really crispy.
He doesn't like
crispy.
And that's very rare. So you don't like.
I don't like them soggy chips, man. The soggy
in
chips
the words of B.A. Baracus, hey Stucker, you don't like fish and chips.
He doesn't like chip shop chips.
Soggy chips are whack.
Leeway, he would never go to a chip shop and buy a portion of chips. He wouldn't use.
The chips would have to be extra crispy.
And that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
The idea is they're soggy, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
I don't like soggy chips.
They're still. I don't, but I still eat them. They taste good.
No.
What?
I love a French fry, but I do like a chip shop chip.
Leroy, get him. Attack, Leroy. What? Attack him, Leroy. Attack.
No, like Victor Meldrew, I don't believe it. What? No, seriously.
I don't like soggy chips. What's wrong with
you? Don't like fish and chips.
I didn't say that. I said I don't like soggy chips.
But Stacks, you don't go. We've never been to fish shop. We've never.
But I would eat I would eat the fish from a fish and chip shop. A battered fish,
just not.
And if the chips were crispy, I would eat them. But if they're not, I don't want soggy chips. That's all there is to it.
You don't want to take the risk and go.
It's very simple.
So Leroy, he doesn't like fish and chip shop experience.
I didn't say that.
No, the fish and chip shop experience is soggy chips. It is soggy chips. So you don't like
soggy chips.
So what? So it's not Savoy as well then? Not that I said I like.
No,
Savoy,
the chips have to be soggy. The chips have to be soggy.
Enough. Then no,
they're drenched in vinegar.
No, I don't like it. Then I don't like the fish and chips experience.
Oh my days,
Leroy's heard it all tonight.
I'm gobsmacked.
Wait a minute.
I'm worried about this next one now.
Oscar. I'm.
No. Chris, don't be worried because Stacks. If I remember. Me and Stacks used to batter these as well, ladies and gentlemen. So
he knows you. You should know I'm a person. I'm a creature of habit. You're a creature of habit, and this one, I'm sure. We got down with these. So now the desserts are gone, but these were more introduced to me when I would come back from raving. I would not get up in the morning to experience this. This happened in my teenage years.
On your way home.
Never looked back. And I hope they will sell them all year round. All my way home from Laserdrome, Astoria, all the top clubs in the 90s, I would grab one of these. Was it a big breakfast? Was it a McMuffin? Ladies and gentlemen, which breakfast do you like? Is it McDonald's breakfast or the Wimpy breakfast?
The Wimpy was more of a sit-down one. You could get a plate of food in there.
Wimpy breakfast was like
the double egg.
They had beans and stuff.
Double bacon, yeah.
It was like you was eating at an airport. It's like you're waiting to fly somewhere, and it was their breakfast.
I preferred their breakfast. I'm not keen on the muffins and stuff, man. Even now, I don't buy them, man.
As Chris mentioned earlier, the Frankfurter sliced up. The bender. So
yeah, Wimpy's
that was the international breakfast. I think you got the bender on it, made it a bit German.
So you had the Frankfurter on your plate. You had eggs. You had chips, beans, like proper calf, but it was a clean calf.
Yeah,
a clean calf.
Yeah.
So DL, are we just including the big breakfast from
McDonald's anything on the breakfast menu. Anything on the breakfast menu.
Right. Okay. This is a difficult one.
I think big breakfast for me.
Yeah. Chris is saying Wimpy's
for the overall experience, and it was real,
not non-greasy calf style.
Yeah. You can get a few chips, bacon, some eggs.
Yeah.
So I like, and you had the squirty tomato sauce in the tomato.
In the tomato shape.
Yeah.
So about that.
Yeah, I quite like the eating breakfast experience at Wimpy. I can imagine it's maybe still being like that if they still do it.
What would you two say, Stacks? I know you haven't had the breakfast in Wimpy. You don't even have to tell us that. But
I feel like I've seen it though.
So don't worry, we've seen lots of things we haven't tried before. So we could be there all day saying stuff.
That don't count.
I've seen a giraffe, but I've never eaten one.
He's really on top form. You're on top form.
You'd call that top form?
Bloody hell.
So look, because let's go for something we've all eaten. Wimpy, only Chris is feeling the Wimpy, so fair enough. But
no, I've had that.
Guys, go for. We don't want to know now. But what we're gonna go for now is: would you have the sausage egg McMuffin meal, or the big breakfast meal?
Big breakfast.
Which one of those?
I would go for big breakfast meal.
Big breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm going sausage and egg meal.
But
even though I'm feeling the McMuffins.
Throw the new challenger.
Didn't Burger King have breakfast?
They did. I don't think I ever tried it.
I don't think I ever tried it.
I didn't try it.
I don't think I tried it either.
Stacks, you mentioned it, but you didn't try it.
I just thought I'd see if you lot tried it.
Stacks. If we had tried it, we would have mentioned it.
What?
Stacks, how are you throwing a challenger that you have? No, we would have known. We've been talking about Burger King. Leroy, did you hear what he just said?
I just heard what he says, and he needs to go back in that trash can.
He threw the challenger,
and he's never tasted it.
He's never tasted it.
How could you have not tasted it and you've thrown it in as a new challenger?
Like I said, I just wanted to see if you lot had tried it.
So guys, as we said, we can go in all these places for burgers, for breakfast, for lunch, for fish, for chicken. but all of those times, there was one time that was the best time in any of these two stores. It wasn't going there for breakfast. It wasn't going there on your way home from school. It was going there for a party. So, ladies and gentlemen, who had the better party experience? Who had the better customer service? Who had the better eat-in experience? Wimpy or McDonald's?
I went to both parties.
We all went to both parties. That's why we're talking about the challenge.
No, Stacks didn't.
Yes, I did actually.
Stacks has been to both parties.
No, he thinks he went to both, but he only went to. He went to none.
I tell you, if you rewind in the podcast and use your photographic memory, you would hear that I already said.
Yeah, Stacks.
That you've attended both.
He attended both.
Stacks.
Both.
So Stacks, we'll ask you
I've still
first.
got the badge.
We've seen it. What's the best for you, Stacks?
I don't know, it's a tough one.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What's the best experience, McDonald's or Wimpy, guys?
For me, it was Wimpy because they had better gifts. I liked being in that. It felt like a party. Whereas McDonald's, the McDonald's one.
You were just in the public upstairs.
True, there were other people hanging around.
There were still old people smoking cigarettes a couple seats from you.
Yeah, with the bump on his head.
Stealing one of your fries.
With his smoky fingers.
just looking at you lot party, old people, old men just watching kids party. The 80s weren't on,
Weren't on.
That sounds suspect to me.
It's dodgy, man.
80s weren't on. But Wimpy gave you VIP.
Exactly.
People could walk up and down in McDonald's, go toilet,
no one's spying on
do some heroin, do whatever. Yeah. But it was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
I'm gonna go Wimpy.
Wimpy was my first birthday party.
Yeah, it was my first as well, I think. So I'm gonna go Wimpy for all of them reasons. Like they did go all out, but I remember the first going to one in McDonald's, it was like a new experience because McDonald's was designed. It was state of the art, like compared to Wimpy, man. It was freezing cold. It had aircon. I remember it had aircon because it was always on.
Yeah,
it was freezing
always cold.
in there. It was like going into M&S. But they had special seats. They had anti-kid seats. These seats were just for adults. Yes. You know how you see the spikes for pigeons not sit on gutters. They were like the kid version of them.
They were like that for kids.
They
It
were
was.
hard.
They were so unfriendly. Yeah. Do you remember when it was so old that they didn't have? I don't think McDonald's yet had sachets of ketchup and stuff yet.
No, they didn't.
It was only until they brought out their extra features, and that's what we're going to get into now.
Yeah.
So who had the better extra features? Remember, like McDonald's sold us nuggets later on. They even sold us pizzas. They even sold us the McRib.
Hot dog. They done a hot
Remember
dog.
the McRib?
Yeah,
The McRib.
Man,
The McDonald's hot dog.
Yeah.
flurry.
They've tried a bit of everything, innit? They've tried every.
Where Wimpy just stole calf menus and jazzed them up.
Mixed it up with American burgers.
Mixed grill. Yeah. American burgers, then a mixed grill.
Mixed grill.
And then toad in a hoe. And then liver and bacon and chips. It was probably like egg and chips.
Yeah.
Eel and mash.
Yeah. Eel and mash.
Taking it way back.
Eel and mash take away, please. With some brown bread on the side.
I want it in a brown bun.
Eel and mash, you know.
Oh,
Seriously,
fucking hell.
they would have went there if they could have.
Yeah.
They would have went there with the kid.
Wimpy would have
jelly
went
eels,
there.
They would have gone. They would have gone.
Yeah, they would have went cock mussels and crab
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah, they would have.
They would have sold crab sticks.
They're disgusting. They would have done that, man.
Did you lot eat crab sticks when you
I
were
didn't
little?
like them, man. Nah.
Yeah, I loved them.
I hated them.
A lot of people loved them, innit? But nah. There was something in the water around Leroy's area, man. It must be.
I remember on Edward Woods there was a crab sticks place. Do you remember? We used to walk past
Yeah.
it, and a couple of
Doreen.
you used to buy them. Oh my
Oh.
god!
Doreen.
I just think,
Doreen
what are
used
you
to
lot
sell them.
doing? Like 10p a crab stick. Do you remember?
Yeah, I used to buy that and get
It was
me
you. It
Dandy
was
and
you who
Beano.
bought them, wasn't it? It was you who bought them.
Yeah.
Like, I think my cousin. I think Damien bought some as well. I used to go, what? And they used to strip them off and
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
cheese
get
string.
lovely.
inside with them.
It's like
Oh.
a fishy cheese string. It's like my worst.
They weren't.
nightmare.
It wasn't even crab.
Nah.
Listen, it was tasty,
It was fat dipped in fish oil.
and all it was lovely to read with my Beano, to have with my Beano and Dandy.
I was getting a pepperami over that.
And your cornflakes and your other dry.
No, that
sticks.
was earlier on. The cornflakes was earlier on. Listen, Oscar, I wouldn't talk if I were you, because you are on form, failure form.
I just like winding you up.
So where are we going, Chris?
I'm
Where
gonna
we
say, I'd say McDonald's really do give it a good try. They try like you say, the McRib, this and that,
a
and
lot of things.
and they have a month where they have each week maybe a different burger from a sort of different flavour of a place. So they try to mix it up a lot over the years, but nothing stays. Even the good stuff, like you think, man, keep that, but it goes and you don't see it again for a while.
Yep. All right. Okay. So let's move on to our final challenge before Leroy jumps out of his screen into Stax's and strangles
Yeah.
him, Bart Simpson,
Yeah,
Homer
'cause
Simpson
he's-
style.
Yeah,
Who is the best mascot?
Who had
Who is the best character? Is it the guy with the red afro and the jumpsuit,
The big
or is
boots.
it the guy with the big nose who can't see where he's going? Is it Mr. Wimpy or is it Ronald McDonald?
Is it Ronald McDonald's or the guy who used to beat up on the streets
So-
on a Saturday afternoon?
That's Mr. Wimpy, man.
Mr. Wimpy got battered.
As Chris was saying earlier on, he was based off of Beefeater and also Wimpy from Popeye. And when you look at him, he's blatantly that,
Yeah.
because Wimpy from Popeye couldn't see past his nose. You didn't see his eyes. He had his hat, and he just had a big nose. Remember?
Massive nose, yeah. Like
The
a
big
burger.
nose,
Burgers, all
always
the
eating
time.
burgers, and he didn't see anything else. And then it's like he went to London and dressed up as a Beefeater. Literally.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of people are scared of clowns, and clowns were scary in the 80s. You know, because you had it, and you know, clowns were big things in circuses and stuff. But Ronald didn't look scary.
Nah, he didn't look scary.
He was camp.
Yeah, he was camp and surprised. He was looked surprised.
He was,
Yeah,
Like he looked like he was being scared
Yeah.
of normal faces.
yeah.
And it was like something you would see on Rod, Jane and Freddie. He
Yeah.
felt like all of them put together.
Yeah.
He felt like the whole rainbow cast just in one person.
All you could see him bopping down Sesame Street.
And he was happy. Yeah, he just looked happy.
Hey, Oscar?
Yeah. Right behind me. You just passed by.
I think it's unanimous that that is Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, his celebrity was big, man. His profile was big.
Yeah, his profile was big.
It was big. It was.
Had a long run.
He did have a long one. Okay, cool. Is McDonald's better than Wimpy, or is Wimpy better than McDonald's? Which is the better store?
McDonald's. McDonald's. It's lasted
overall.
The test of time, yeah.
And the flavors, the first initial tasting of flavors, McDonald's is like wow.
Yeah.
From root beer to the mustard.
It's better all over. Better sponsor.
Wimpy, I love Wimpy. I love Wimpy.
Feels like a British institution that should be about.
I love Wimpy. But if they didn't have the brown bread burger, it would be a much different experience for me.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in a fortnight. So until then, I say bye.
And we say bye.
I say peace.
Peace.
Those were the days I remember.